Good evening, everyone. How are you all doing? Good evening, all of you. Welcome to another episode of Boost Your Vocabulary with me, Srivastava. Welcome to your Pratham channel. How are you all? Hi, Arohi, Divya, Harshita, Krishna, Bhavyanshi. Thank God, I'm good. Hello, Saransh. Which videos of yours should we start preparing for vocabulary? Date from today, latest से oldest पे जाओ बेटा. Saransh, latest से oldest. Prachi, hi. Hello, Harshita. Good evening, Anjali, Kartik, Purva, Lakshit. I'm good, Divya. Hello, Pragna. How are you all? How's preparations going? How are your pre-boards ki situation going on at the moment? I know that a lot of you are worried about your pre-boards and a lot of you are worried about your 2 pre-boards and then the 3 pre-boards and all of that. I know of all of that. Okay. Good evening, Kushi. Hello, Jai Shri Ram. Hi, Manya. Hello, Darshana. Okay, what we're going to be doing is 5 words. 5 words ke baad I'll take you to Mentee. Okay. And yeah, like I'm not over fetching anything and not promising you anything at all. जब तक मेरा net चल रहा है, तब तक हम ये live करेंगे, ठीक है? Crying from inside, अबे, ओहो. कोई बात नहीं, खुल के भी रो सकते हैं हम. हमें पता है कि हम काफी ज्यादा बुरी हालत में है. It's okay. Hi, AK. All right, we'll start with the first word, okay? But just, I mean, I'm not going to even tell you कि okay, ये खत्म हो जाएगा, इसके बाद आपकी life बहुत chill है. नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. So I'm not going to give you any false hopes. I'm not going to tell you any of that. पर हाँ, this is a hectic phase. उसके बाद जब आप entrance दे दोगे तो 1 महीना you will be in a chill mode. फिर उसके बाद again life will happen with you and then again you will cry. So intermittently you will keep crying. So that's just a constant now, I think. Pre-boards are hectic. I understand that. I'm not a vocab register. We have to write it according to alphabets or according to dates. It doesn't matter, irrespective of alphabets or dates. It's the way you want to do it. It's completely okay. Good motivation. Huh, but those intermittent crying, the beach wala part where you're not crying is the life you live for. मतलब वो 2 दिन when you're not crying about anything and you can happily go around doing things without feeling guilty, those are the days you live for. So I think that should help, I guess. देखो pre-board से फर्क भी नहीं पड़ना था तो मजा. हाँ, that's true. That is true. Very true, but disheartening. I know. Everybody has that. ठीक है, चलो. We will start with the first word. No, that's not our paper. Give me a moment. But you know, that's the whole point. I think at the end of the day, it's those little moments of happiness that we live for. Life can't be all happy all the time. And it won't be. Okay, forage is the first word, okay? So for this forage word, I want you to look at this video. And we will discuss what forage is once you're done watching this, okay? Here you go.
What do we have? Pizza. 6 दिन पुराना था. Beer? 18 साल की थोड़ी हुई है. हाँ. Chicken sausage. Vegetarian हुई तो? तो क्या खिलाया? मशरूम खिलाया? हाँ. ये पॉपकॉर्न पड़ा खिलाया? नहीं. ये बॉल क्या कर रहा है यार? बॉल खिलाया उसको? Sorry. अब baby food? अरे हाँ यार, baby food खिला सकते हैं. एक काम कर, जा नीचे जाके लेके जा. भाग के ले. मैं नहीं जा रहा हूँ. तू जाके लेके आ. यार ये तो बड़ा ही बदतमीज आदमी. एक काम कर, तू जाके ले आ जा. बस थक गया भैया. हाँ, तुझे बड़ी तमीज है. कितना मुश्किल हो सकता है बेबी फूड लाना. मैं ले आऊंगा.
Hi Shreya, how are you? So you see what they're doing is they're basically searching for food, okay? That's what they were doing. You love this movie. I love this movie too. I love this movie. I think I've watched it so many times. It's ridiculous. So they're searching for food. You see, literally like, okay, popcorn, sausages, pizza, you know, chicken, ball, all of that, popcorn and all of those things. So you see that they're actually looking for food. And after this scene, he goes on to look for baby food. So forage basically means searching for food. Okay, that's one of the things that forage is. So think of this as for long age, you need to forage. That means लंबी उम्र के लिए आपको खाना चाहिए, खाना ढूंढना पड़ेगा. Okay, so that's basically what forage is. So for long age you need to forage. That means for long age you will need to look for food. You will have to keep searching for food, etc. So forage would be one, to search for food. It also is, forage in itself is food for animals. Okay, forage apne aap mein hi also is another part of speech, which means it's food for animals. So first sentence says he foraged for scraps. Scraps as in if you've heard the Cinderella story, Cinderella क्या करती थी? वो झूठा खाना, बचा हुआ खाना खाती थी, right? Because her stepmom was very, very cruel and evil. So she used to eat from whatever was left of the day's dinner or lunch. That's scraps. Okay, so he foraged for scraps. That means he searched for food, and he searched basically for that leftover food. Okay. Second sentence says they are harvesting forage for their animals. That means they're harvesting, they're producing, growing food. Animals ka chara jise kehte hain na hum. So chara also means forage. Now I want you to tell me the first sentence. What part of speech is the first sentence forage? He foraged for scraps. What do you think is the part of speech for this first sentence that's on your screen? He made the from scrap. So scrap, wo wala scrap is also leftover material, right? Tukde tinke sort of thing. So the first word, yes, first sentence says he foraged for scraps. That means he did this action of looking for food. Also meaning may you see that it says to search for food, right? So it's still a verb. What about the second sentence? They are harvesting forage for their animals. They are harvesting something. Okay, harvesting food, harvesting something. What do you think is the part of speech for the second verb sentence? Correct, it's noun. So first wale mein first sentence is a verb, the second one is a noun. So there are two parts of speech for this one word. Forage could mean to search for food, so it will be a verb, or just food for animals could be a noun. That's our first word. I'm going to take you to the second word now. For our second word, I want you to watch this video and then we will discuss. Here you go.
कोको भैया क्या कर रहे हैं? प्लीज मेरा हबीबी बाबा बू ले आइए. हबीबी बाबा बू, कोको भैया मेरा अबू धाबी का फेस पैक. कोको भैया ये कैसा एवोकाडो है? ये हॉर्स खास की चीप मार्केट से एवोकाडो मत लाइए, ये फेक है. पक्का लाइक पक्का वो वाला एवोकाडो लाइए. थैंक यू कोको भैया. भैया बुखारा से बटर चिकन ले आइए. दाल कौन खाता है भैया?
Okay. She basically portrays South Daddy girls. All right. Is she talking about the rich class or the poor class? Am I from South Delhi? No, I'm from East. I'm not technically from Delhi. It's Delhi NCR. So I'm from Noida. Not technically that. Fake accent so bad. Sumptuous. Okay. Rich people. Correct. Rich class. So Rococo se aap Coco bhaiya yaad rakho. All right. And then I think you'll be able to remember Rococo for your life if you remember it from Coco Bhaya. All right, so we're talking about the rich, the grand, the decorative, the ornate. Rococo means something that's extremely decorative, that's really grand, okay, very, very ornate. It's something that's very rich and luscious and sumptuous. Something that's really it's not the usual, it's not the common, it's not the ordinary, it's generally the luxurious, extraordinary. That's Rococo. Okay, so are you from commerce stream? No, I was from humanities background. So sentence says the Rococo furniture made the house look exceptional. That means the decorative, the grand, the rich, the extraordinarily luxurious furniture made the house look exceptional. So what do you think is the part of speech for this word? If it says Rococo furniture. So if I say furniture as a noun, we are describing the furniture. Ostentatious, yes, could be that. What would Rococo be? Correct. Because we are describing the noun, right? And so we're saying, how is the furniture? The furniture is Rococo, it's rich, it's grand, it's decorative. So this is an adjective. Understood? Okay, that was the second word. Let's take you to the third word now. For the third word, we will look at this video and then we'll discuss. Here you go. Okay. The glare that she has, the eyes specifically, like concentrate on the eyes one more time, okay? I have never had any experience with cats. Like how are they so beautifully arrogant? I genuinely wish to meet a cat someday. I don't know if I will be able to, but I think my doggo is very similar to a cat. I think my doggo is a cat trapped in a dog's body, quite literally. Like I think he's very arrogant. Has his own air. He has that, and I think he does that too. The thing that this cat is doing, my doggo does that all the time, and he doesn't probably like me either as such. I'm sure. So, but then idea here is that the way that she's staring, the way that cats generally stare. मेरे पास है cat आ जाओ अंजलि अरे मैं आ रही हूँ मैं सच में आ रही हूँ अंजलि are cats generally like that? Is that how cats are? They require more care than dogs, do they? Okay. My doggo, again, like I said, I think he's less of a dog or more of a cat. So I can understand. Sounds so annoying. I mean, imagine a cat doing that in front of you. That's so cute. Yeah, so it's staring or looking at somebody with extreme anger. That's what glower is. So if you glare with power, if you glare in general, stare at somebody with a lot of power and anger in your eyes, that's glowering. So to look at somebody angrily, to look at somebody with annoyance, to glare at them, okay, at somebody, especially apne mummiyon ko, if you, let's say you go and talk to your mom about something that she might generally get angry with, कि okay mama aaj mujhe maggi khani hai and she's made chole bhature for you and you're not ready to eat that and you're going and telling her mama chole bhature nahi khaunga maggi khaunga. The eyes with which your mom will stare at you, or in general, I'm sure this happens pretty much every other day, so you would know what glowering is, okay? Because that's what glowering is. That's like the most, I think that's the perfect example for the word. So whenever your moms look at you angrily and then ultimately end up saying तुझे जो करना है तू कर, तुझे मेरी बात वैसे भी नहीं सुननी है. So that is glower. Okay, both cat and dog. It's interesting. Wow, अलग level identity she has. Don't know you. Okay. वरना सोता है केवल खाने के लिए उठता है. I have no words for that. Okay. डॉगी को स्क्रीन पर लाया जाए. डॉगी घर पे नहीं है, डॉगी वॉक पे है. He has a duty to walk every day after dinner, so he's gone down right now. So she glowered at me during the party. That means she stared really angrily at me during the party. What do you think is the part of speech for this word? What is the part of speech? You also cat. अच्छा. अक्षत मैं फिर तो सब लोग अपने पेट पार्टी करते हैं सब लोग. What is the part of speech for this word? It's a verb, yes. Verb है क्योंकि it's to look angrily at somebody. It's an action that you're doing during the party, or your mom does it, or your cat does it, or your dog does it. I know all of that. It's a verb. Okay, perfect. Let's head to the next word after glower. The word is fraught. So watch this video. Cats sleep a lot, so 16. Are you serious? I think that's the same with dogs, I believe. It's pretty much the same. My dog also sleeps about 10 hours, almost majority of the times. Okay, watch this video and then we'll discuss fraught. Okay, so the thing commotion. I mean, so you see, was there an air of tension in the whole scene? Do you think that there was an air of tension in the whole scene? कि मतलब कुछ भी calm नहीं है. There's no calmness in the video, right? Throughout, there's some sort of tension, some anxiety, something's happening that is not, yeah, like a hassle of sorts, like a lot of commotion. But that's majorly because of stress, majorly because of a lot of anxiety around this woman, especially the dragon lady, right? So fraught would then mean to something that causes a lot of anxiety. So the whole scene was fraught, okay, with anxiety, or it was fraught with commotion. There was fraught commotion there. That means commotion tha, but not like a general hustle bustle of the working situation, but it was agitated hustle. It was overwrought hustle. It was a hustle that was creating a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress and panic. So imagine कि कहीं fight हो रही है. So then that fight that you have will lead to, let's say, a fraught situation, a situation that has a lot of anxiety and stress, or a panic-stricken situation. So basically, fraud को fight से याद रखो, and जब आपकी किसी से लड़ाई होती है, और फिर जितना tension around it होता है, जो toxicity होती है around it, that's what fraught is. So fraught, silence, fraught situation, fraught scene, fraught commotion. You can use those words. It's a. I want you to look at the sentence. There was fraught silence. That means if silence is a noun, what do you think is fraught? What is the power of speech for fraught? This movie, Darshana, is Devil Wears Prada. It's a brilliant movie you should watch. Love Anne Hathaway. Seriously. Adjective hai. Correct. So because you're describing the noun silence and saying how is the silence, it was fraught silence, it was a panic-stricken silence, so this is an adjective. This was our, I think, fourth word. I'm taking you to the fifth word for the day, and here you have it on your screens. The word is Gambol. Let's watch the video and then we'll discuss. We have a lot of cats and dogs today, surprisingly. Okay.
Now I'm ready.
Okay.
That is so funny.
Did you get it, girl? Did you get it? There it is. Bring it here.
Nice. Ready to drop it. Ready?
Here we go.
Ready? Gonna throw it. He looks so ready. 1, 2.
Yeah, gambling. If you have a dog, you'd know uske samne, agar if he is fond of playing with a ball, uske samne you have the ball, and the way that they will run towards it, become so excited and playful, that's gambling. So rest him, maybe like that. Dogs are dumb. ऐसा नहीं बोलते हैं. But the gamble is, imagine how a dog would play a game of ball. The way every dog was playing the game of ball, the thing that they were doing was they were jumping around happily, playfully, restive hoke. They were running around, right? That's what gamble is. It's to jump and to walk around happily, cheerfully, playfully, with a lot of zeal and a lot of spirit. That's gamble. So generally, jab doggies aisa karte hain, so you would know now that the word we can use is he gambled around. Maybe that. So my dog gambled towards me when I came home. Again, something that you'd be able to relate with. If you have a dog at home and you enter the house, you know the way that they run towards you, happily, playfully, excitedly, right? That's gamble. What is the power of speech for this word? Any idea? Maybe take guesses. It says to run, to jump happily. The dog did this action of running towards me. What is the power of speech for this? It's a verb. Perfect. It's a verb. Those were our 5 words that we're supposed to do. I'm going to take you to the Mentee part. So anybody who has joined us for the first time, I think Prachi asked me what Mentee is. So Mentee is basically a website you have to go to. Go to mentee.com, M-E-N-T-I, mentee.com pe jao. And when you go there, they'll ask for a code, which I am providing you with right now. You will have to enter that code and you'll be able to enter the quiz that we have for today. That is the code on your screens right on top, 72613833. Mentee.com, www.mentee.com for anybody who's joined us for the first time. And somebody please put the code on the chat box. Today's topic. I think today's topic is again mostly revision of whatever questions we've had earlier. So it's not going to be very difficult. Majorly grammar. Okay, majorly grammar questions, but most of them are some things we have already discussed sometime or the other, maybe in classes, maybe in a handout, maybe in the Mentee quiz one of the times. So it's more like revision, I hope. So I hope that you are able to answer these questions and you don't come out crying, saying, "Oh, ye kya ho gaya mere saath?" Okay. So the code I'm repeating one more time is 72613833. Go to mentee.com, put in that code, join, and then we will start. All right. I get really nervous around Mentee now. You guys have made me really conscious. I don't enjoy it anymore. Okay. Let's begin the first question on your screens, everyone. Dash of the two girls can go. See, I've made it really easy for you guys, okay? Okay, great. 12 of you answered this incorrectly. Either is important because we're talking about two people. So whenever we talk of two people, we will use either or neither. Either या neither, दोनों में से कुछ भी एक लगाएंगे when you're talking about two people. If there's more than two people, then you say any or none. Okay, two से ज़्यादा 3, 4, 5 people, then becomes any or none. But two के लिए we use either and neither. Okay, also two के लिए we use between and each other. That's also another thing. Between, each other, either, neither. Those are the words that you use. I'm going to write it here once. Between, oopsies. Between, each other, either, neither. अगर ये more than 2 होता है तो that becomes among या amongst. Then becomes one another. Any or none. Okay. Yeah, you can use it without or, obviously. अगर मैं बोलूं either this or that, now that's a different statement. Here we're talking about दोनों में से कोई एक. So two girls में से either के साथ और जरूरी नहीं, not necessarily. ठीक है? That's a different type of a statement. This is different. That's a conjunction. This one's not a conjunction. This is a distributive adjective. So इसलिए confusion हो जाती है. Among or amongst में difference क्या है? It's a very ridiculous difference actually, to be really honest. Among you use with consonant sounds, and amongst you use it with vowel sounds. That's the difference. I'll give you examples. So for example, we say among themselves, because that's a consonant sound, and amongst ourselves, because that's a vowel sound. So that's how you use it. That's how it's supposed to be used. Okay. So that's the only difference. Otherwise, meaning-wise, it's the same. Also, a lot of times people don't really know this rule. So evolution hote language ka, we've started not knowing the difference between the two. So we use it interchangeably now. But that was the rule. That was the idea. Okay. All right, let's look at the leaderboard. That was the first question. We've had enough discussions. Chalo, leaderboard pe chalte. Okay. Is that, but okay, is that Arpit? Bajrang Bali, is that Arpit? When you Manya MG Saint Elmo, Yash Chola, oh, he rose, koi Rajma, koi Chola, bachpan ka fire mein, okay. So we have Pushpa in the house, Sam and Aishmi. Okay, let's go to the next question. She's in dash of Hindu college. Alumni, alumni, alumnus, alumna. Okay. Let me explain this. All right. When we talk about a male singular person, it's alumnus. Okay. When we talk about male plural, या फिर a group of people जिसमें gender specified नहीं है, तो वहां पे हम alumni use करते हैं. Right? I'll explain with sentences in a bit. Alumna is female singular and alumni is female plural. So that means we are all alumni of a certain college all together because we don't have a specific gender, some are female, some are males, etc., etc. So that becomes alumni. It's an umbrella term. We use it for a group of people. If it's just one female, then we say alumna. One male, we say alumnus. More than one female alumni, more than one male alumni. They're called declensions. This is declension. So it's Latin. So they have that. जिनका सही आया है सबने guess मारा है. I hope not. I hope that some people knew about this. But yeah, I hope कि अब ये याद अब so not you if you're a female singular will never be able to use alumni. I know that's something that we use very often और हमेशा हम करते हैं ये बात बोलते हैं कि हम alumni हैं यहाँ के alumni हैं वहाँ के. But please make sure you're using the correct word now that you know about it. All right, चलो leaderboard पे. So in terms of a leaderboard, Saint Elmo, Yash, Chola, Aishmin. Of course, Aishmin knew she was in my class. I'm so proud. So you have Saint Elmo, Yash, Chola, Akshra, Ishani, Aishmin. Then you have the rest of the 4 people. Okay, next question. The data dash pointing to a serious problem. Hmm. 15 of you answered this correctly. Right. So data is plural. All right. If it's singular, you call datum. You call it datum. That's singular. अगर बहुत सारे डेटा में से एक कोई एंट्री है तो उसे हम datum बोलेंगे. If my mobile shows I'm third on leaderboard, it says fourth. पता नहीं. Okay. So, but then data is always plural. Okay. So the data are pointing to a serious problem. If there's one entry in the data that you are not sure of, or one entry in the data that you have to point out, then you will say datum is. Datum is, data are. Okay. So I hope that that's something that's also out of the way now. यार ये सब चीजें हम कर चुके हैं पहले. ऐसे कैसे? How why not? I'm sure I've done this with you, in some Mentee, or at least Ashish sir must have done this with you. So you have on the Chola. Who's Chola? Is that informative? Thank you. AK, is that you? Chola, Saint Elmo, Aishmin, Yash, Ishani, Aditya is the fastest, Modi ji, oh, Casper, Akshara and Kritika. Next question. Question number 4. The class is talking dash themselves. ये अभी हमने किया है, just now. Can't get this one wrong, please. Among, yes. Among, because you're talking about, obviously, so speaking of class, so we're assuming that, you know, there's more than 2 people in the class, obviously. So when the class is talking among themselves. Okay. More than 2 people we use among. You're Akshara. Acha, oh. Oh, so now I hope your rank is correct. जो भी आपको rank दिख रही है. Chola, Saint Elmo. Who's Chola? And Saint Elmo. Aishmin, Yash, Ishani, Aditya, Modi, Casper, Kritika, Akshara. Okay. 5th question. Between वाला कौन है? क्या ही बोलूं? This watch is superior dash that watch. Oopsies. Okay. So superior with words like junior. अरे ये ऐसे क्यों हो जाता है? Junior, senior, inferior, superior, prior, prefer. In सबके साथ, all of these words, they take 2. हमेशा. Like remember this. This is one of the thumb rules जो आपको याद रहने चाहिए कि इन सब words के साथ 2 लगता है. So superior to, inferior to, senior to, junior to, prior to, prefer to. Okay. So she is junior to me. He is senior to me. This watch is inferior to the other watch, superior to the other watch, prior to this, and I prefer this to that. Not prefer over, not prefer than. Prefer this to that. So remember these 6 words. इसको मतलब I think ये अगर आप अपने ज़हन में घुसा लोगे तो your life will be easier. Okay, then you won't have to worry about this. So 2 वाले answer 23. मेरा डोला नहीं आया डोला. सबसे बेस्ट सम रूल जो पहले दिमाग में आए वो मार्क करो और फिर आंसर गलत. स्पेशली मेरे वाले मेंटी में तो यही होता है हमेशा. और इसलिए आप रोते हो अर्पित. फिर बोलते हो मैम ने गंदा मेंटी बनाया है, खुद के थंब रूल गलत है. So yeah, so just remember these. I think you'll be able to. So this watch is superior to that watch. Okay. Next. In terms of your leaderboard, you have on top. Well, still on top. Okay. Saint Elmo's the fastest. Yash, Aishmi, Nishani, Casper, Modi ji, Kritika. All right. Okay. Next question. The last question. ये वाला easy होना चाहिए. I think you'll have to agree dash or over. अरे ये वाला easy होना चाहिए. कृष्णा says, मैम आपके मेंटी में मुझे जो लगता है मैं उससे दूसरा वाला करता हूँ. Okay. It's so sad. I'm so sorry. All right. Agree with, agree to, agree on. Let's discuss that for a little bit and then we will wrap the session. Okay. Agree with. Matlab, I agree with you. Like we are on the same page basically. Okay, we are on the same page. ये होता है agree with. I agree with you. That means we're on the same page. तुम और मैं same बात बोल रहे हैं. That is agree with. Agree to. When you're agreeing to something, you are agreeing to an offer, to a proposal, to a plea, so on and so forth. तो generally जब हम किसी ऑफर के लिए हाँ बोलते हैं, प्रपोजल, अग्रीमेंट, प्ली, इन सब के लिए हाँ बोलते हैं, तो we use agree to. So I agree to your offer, I agree to your bribe, okay, I agree to your proposal, to your agreement, to your plea, all of that. Agree on is more like a conclusion. Okay, so let's say you and I, we both or we all are deliberating and we're thinking, okay, kya karna chahiye? Should we take a good mentee? Should we make a difficult mentee? And then we agree on making it a moderate mentee. Agree on. मतलब बहुत डिस्कशन के बाद जो कंक्लूजन आया उस पे हम बोलते हैं agree on. All right. So if let's say the class was thinking of how to decorate the room, and some people said, okay, we should have balloons. Other people said no, confettis. Other people said no, we should, keep it simple. And then you finally agreed on keeping some balloons, some confettis, and not very colorful, maybe monochrome. So you agree on something. That means you concluded after a certain discussion. So I hope ये तीन चीजें आप लोगों को याद रहें. Agree with is that I agree with you. We're on the same page. I think what you're saying is absolutely correct. Agree to is for an offer, proposal, plea, agreement, bribe, anything that is offered to you. And agree on is when you have concluded on something. Samajh mein aaya ye? Is this clear, everybody? Right? I hope that this one's understood and you should remember this. So 15 of you have answered this correctly. Let's head to the leaderboard. That was the last question. And here I thought ki aaj to maza hi aa jayega. How to catch up with the previous sessions. Prachi beta, latest से oldest पे जाओ. जितना ज़्यादा आप 2x की स्पीड पे करके देख लो, that's okay. Just watch as many as you can. ठीक है? छोला, who's छोला? मेरा छोला नहीं आया, छोला. Sorry, it's a very bad one. Okay, then you have Yash. Aish means third. Saint Elmo, Modi ji, Casper, Kritika, Akshara, Ishani, and Tillu. Okay, Aruhi was Modi ji. Online. I was close to leaderboard and then you threw googly. अरे मैंने कोई googly नहीं मारी यार, नहीं. Videos 2x पे देख. हाँ. True, that's pretty much how you would be able to manage watching all the videos otherwise. My rank synced down from third to 8th. Oh, who is Chola though? Chola कौन है? And who is Saint Elmo? Casper, ये कौन है? Billu, who names themselves that यार, मतलब क्या है? Okay, I hope you guys had fun, and I hope that you learned something. I will see you on Friday now with another set of questions, another set of words. Until then, take care of yourselves. Be good. Stay safe. Have a good day. Have a good night. All of that. Okay? 5th from 9th. Arey yaar. Chalo, theek hai. All right. Okay. Bye-bye, all of you.